week's episode of SMITTY'S Eyes Open Artist INSPOS podcast, where we motivate to elevate, inspire to admire, and shine by design. On this week's episode, we have a special treat for you in store. We have an entrepreneur, small business owner, financial accountant. He's also the owner of our podcast caterer services, Java Sip Cafe, located in Chicago Heights, 1555 State Street, Unit D, Chicago Heights, Illinois, 60411. Phone number is 708-753-0687. And he offers a variety of food. From breakfast, brunch, dinner, soul food, you name it. Without further ado, audience, listeners, viewers, I introduce you to Mr. LENZIE Harris.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. It's been
finally got it together.
Yes, we've been recording since November, and you've been there with us from day one.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
So our producers asked you a phrase or word that inspires you, and you said helping small businesses.
Yes.
So you yourself have several small businesses, so this is something that sounds very personal and close to your heart.
It is.
Can you express how helping small businesses inspires you?
Sure. Being a small business owner, I have my hand on the pulse of what small businesses need and what type of services and how we can move and grow small businesses. So my niche is from 50 employees or less. I don't take on anything higher than 50 employees because I don't want it to dominate my time. But we give our business owners one-on-one attention, anything from any questions administratively that they may have. We're able to help them navigate through the one-on-one, whether it's payroll or HR hiring. We try to help them navigate through those things.
Okay, so you have a small business and you also help small businesses. So tell us, you briefly did, but tell us the name of your organization or business that helps small businesses and how other small business owners watching may get a hold of you.
We're located, my business name is Harris Financial Services. We're located in the south suburbs of Chicago, Chicago Heights, 1555 South State Street in Chicago Heights. And our phone number is 708-757-1700. Most of the time, you'll get me firsthand to answer the calls. And I'm always open to meeting small businesses, discussing with them what their needs are, and to help move them to the next level.
Okay, so we got the number, we got the contact. Is there a website?
Yes. Harris Financial One at Comcast. I'm sorry, Harris Financial One at Comcast.net.
Okay. And what's the process? Is this like how many weeks is it like a training program?
Well, we're starting a boot camp in May to where we're going to have small businesses come out and discuss several options with them. We're calling that the Project 2025 Small Business Development Program, which we're going to get small businesses in the room and discuss their needs and to try to create training around their needs. We're going to have, we're going to talk about credit, business credit, personal credit, structuring your organization, forming your organization. Most people think that, just getting an EIN is you're in business. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot more than that. You have to structure it properly. For one, for the recognition you need, either LLC, S Corp, C Corp. Those are the main structure that we work with. And then we also have the sole proprietors. So we look at it from a tax advantage. Obviously, the more money you make, the more money you want to keep. But if you don't structure your business properly, then, the government is going to get a big chunk of your work. You work and you make money, you work hard, and then the government is going to be there patting you on the back and say, good job, go do it again.
Make us some more money.
Absolutely. So we teach people how to structure their business and get them ready for additional funding. The biggest problem with small business is the lack of funding. You can put your own money in, but it's only going to go so far. So we clean you up and get you structured to approach the banks and the lending institution, be a government. It could be government, state, county, federal government funding. A lot of people think that, the SBA only gave money during COVID. SBA been around for years and they've always had money for small businesses. The reason why COVID was only available to companies with employees 500 or less, because that's the lifeblood of the economy, is the small businesses. You see the major corporations, those are fine, but it's the mom and pop shops that really drives the economy, that keeps things moving. So we're going to make sure that our clients understand how to ascertain these funding from the local government, federal government, and how to approach the bank. We're going to structure you to the point where when we structure our clients, they're no different than a Fortune 500 company. You have a web presence, you have a brick and mortar address, you have a phone number, not your cell phone number. And we encourage our clients to have a brick and mortar address. It legitimizes who you are. If you just using your home, you're going to be associated with being small. And a web presence gives you access to the entire world. I mean, right now I can go from here to Africa in 2 minutes via the internet. So you want to reach clients globally, and we're here to show you how to do that.
Do you also help with grant funding, like finding? Grant
funding, right now I have access to the state of Illinois. I have a partnership with the person whose responsibility, her job is to get the word out to the community as to what's available, what funding is available. And she keeps calling me and say, look, man, I need to, access people. People need to know about this.
And is this all types of businesses?
All types of businesses. They have different grants for different types of businesses. The state is always doing money. Federal government is always lending money. SBA is always available to for you to access money. So we open up those avenues for you and show you how to apply. We'll get you certified. Right now, the state, they require you to be GATA certified. GATA is a certification to participate in government funding. So we help you do that. We pull that whole piece together, do the application for you, and get you gather ready.
Nice, very nice. And your class is starting in May?
Yes, we're putting it together now, second week of May. What we're going to do, we're going to have about 5 or 6 different professionals, from lawyers to lending institution, banks, government, that you can come one-on-one and talk to these people about how can I participate. They're the expert in this. They know more about it than I do. I just know secondhand. It's their job to do it every day.
Yeah, so, you're the linkage. Yeah.
I'm the link.
Okay. So the program is starting in May.
Yeah.
You're going to have resources available. Okay, this is really good to know. Is this a free program or is there a fee?
We're asking for $30 per participant. That's just to cover the refreshments and the space and our guests.
Nice.
The people that's going to be there, the presenters.
Very nice. So you'll have some guest speakers that's already in different businesses.
Already, and that's their job. Bankers, they call me all the time. So you have any clients that, we got money?
I think I know some people to refer to you. This is nice. So how long have you been in business with both your restaurant and financial services?
Well, the financial services full-time. I used to work in corporate. I used to be a CFO at a major organization on the West Side. And
very nice.
In 2006, I decided to go 100% full-time to do this. I've always done this on the side. The financial services, primarily the taxes and bookkeeping. That's about probably 75% of what I do.
Wow.
And the rest is administration. We administrate anything. If we know the administrative rule, we can administrate it. My clients call me for an array of things that they need help with. And I don't turn them away, even if I have to figure it out. And then I call them back and say, yes, this is how we're going to help you with this.
Okay.
I service over 1,200 unduplicated clients a year. That's small businesses and individuals. And my business is based on referrals. I don't advertise a lot, but my business continue to grow.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
You service one client, good. They're going to send you 3 or 4 other people. And a lot of time I sit back and I try to figure out how many generation of clients do I have. And it's mind-boggling. Sometimes it's 6, 7, 8%. 8 since 8 generation of clients. It's someone that was referred to me by one person, and that person referred another person. Sometimes it's 8 generation deep. Which means that you're doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm always looking to expand that.
Okay, so your repertoire includes financial services. You have a strong financial background, accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, and you decided to turn your side hustle into a full-time.
It's a full-time job now, and I love it. It's the best decision I made. I was making 6 figures as a CFO and
Chief Financial Officer. Yeah.
And it was scary to branch off. And I said, well, what if people don't like me anymore? What if this and what if that? And I was like a deer in the headlight for like 3 months and didn't do anything, and didn't do anything. And New Year's Day 2006, I just got going. I said, I got to get it going. So in addition to the tax and accounting business, I was a real estate mortgage loan originator. And I absolutely loved doing that. And my first year in business 100% full time. I made more money than I'd ever done in life.
Your first year in business?
My first.
What you did? Oh, wow.
I was hustling though. I was working,
grinding, yes.
Because I was afraid that, if I don't continue to build it up, then,
Like you going on almost 20 years on your own, right? One more year.
Yeah.
Wow.
2006, 19 years I've been doing this 100% full time. Overall, I've been working in the industry for 40 years. This is my 40th year.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm not that old, but I just...
It's said like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but what, in 2006, leaving your six-figure job, prominent position, who gave you that push to take that leap of faith? Because you knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but, and I tell people all the time, when your side hustle exceed your daily grind of your 9-to-5 job, it's a no-brainer. I'm making more money over here than I'm doing on my regular job. So it was easy to transition, but it was hard mentally to let that $6,000 every 2 weeks to go. It just,
but you were making more money at that time on your side hustle than your main job?
Absolutely. Because I was doing also, 2006, I started real estate developing in 1998. I bought my first real estate project. Lost my butt off on the first one.
Oh, wow.
But it was a learning lesson. I paid for my learning. I knew what not to do. And the tough one, I lost. The first one, I lost money. The second one was easier. And the third, fourth, then I was looked up. I was doing about 6 to 8 projects a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
consisting of just the realty or also
the real estate, buying, rehabbing, and selling.
Used to flip.
Flip.
Cool.
The flip. And it was easier back then because the array of funding for home buyers was astronomical. They had niche programs that the industry later frowned upon, but it got people in the house. And what they do once they get in it, it's up to them.
And what were some of those niches? How can you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was subprime lending, which I never fully endorsed because it was setting people up to fail. I didn't do a lot
making
of
them
those.
live beyond their means?
Yeah. Well, what they would let people buy homes that really wasn't ready to buy. Because there's a whole education piece around buying a home, affording a home. And people would, get financing with a 540 credit score. There's a company that did a 100% financing with a 540 credit score. I said, that's failure. Because that person haven't demonstrated the ability to manage, their finances at that point. But they was giving them loans, and when it failed, they failed.
No life jacket, no
you out there.
Gosh.
And I only did a few of those, but the few that I did, I made sure that I stayed with that person and made sure that they understood that this is not a permanent loan. It was an adjustable rate. Usually in 2 years, the rate would go up. They'll start you at about a 7% rate. In 2 years, it could go up to like 10%. And, you just not
balloon. Yeah.
You're just not going to make it at that point. So I stayed with them and made sure that they would refinance into a permanent situation that they can afford.
You help the people.
I help them. And people that really couldn't afford to buy homes, I would rent the house to them and coach them for 9 to 12 months until they are ready to buy.
Got it.
And then sell them the house. So I did a lot of that. It was a win-win situation. So, that part I really enjoyed. I met a lot of interesting people doing that.
That's very nice. So we kind of starting your story from the future to going back. Mm-hmm. So what made you transition from the real estate to the finance world?
Well, I was always doing financing, but real estate, I got kind of bored doing the number grind every day. I said, you know what? I'm just going to dive into this real estate. And I did. I still kept the financial services business, the taxing and accounting, but I really didn't grow it because I didn't want to, because I was too busy flipping houses. And once the financial market crashed in 2008, in the fall of 2008, then I switched back to my financial services to
you a man with a plan, though. You always got something in your back pocket.
I always try to
simmer something on the side. That's smart.
And the strip mall, which I'm situated in, I built that in 2000, and I bought the land in 2004. It was 3.5 acres of land, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I just knew land is valuable anywhere in the world. That's where all of the turmoil in the Middle East is about, space and land. So I knew land anywhere is worth something. So I bought the land in 2004 and couldn't figure out what I really wanted to do with it. And 2000 and I think
he's talking about the land where his restaurant is located.
Yes,
I never knew you bought that land. Wow.
We have 4 businesses there. I only operate 3. I rent out a space. I have a barber shop, unisex salon. I have my office, which is a financial services, the full service catering restaurant, and I have an event space there. I don't own the event space. I just rent the space to an individual who's doing the booking. And the idea of building something in that space came about in 2005. And I said, well, I'll just build a strip development. And my original plan was to build, because I got enough land to do 2 buildings. I was going to do the building that I have now, and then come back a year later and do another 6 strip development. And I finished this one in July 10th, 2006. I got the certificate of occupancy.
Congratulations.
2008. I'm sorry, yes. 2008. I got the certificate of occupancy, and the financial market crashed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it crashed in September of 2008. Just finishing this project, ready to go, excited, and then the market crashed. So
monkey wrench,
yeah. In 2008, the market crashed, and it devalued real estate all over, particularly commercial condos. They was giving away condos for $10,000 at that point because it.
So this is 4 years. When did you build your strip mall?
2008.
And it crashed right at the same time. Whoa.
The market crashed, and that's when Barack Obama was running for president, and I'm sitting there where I had access to funds. I had line of credit, whatever I needed, I can get. And overnight, that was turned off. The banks, they start acting funny, like, we're not doing it. What do you mean?
Were you still working? You were still working your CFO job?
I was, but everything was in turmoil at that
point.
Everything was crazy, and, I had to reinvent myself. That's what I had to do. And even the real estate that I had at the time, I never lost any. People were just walking away from stuff. And I never lost anything. I just knew how to regroup.
Excuse me.
And that's what I did. I reinvented the wheel and figured it out.
So how did you reinvent the wheel? What did you do with that? That's a lot,
It is. You just get little.
Yeah, you got little.
Yeah, I got little. I had expanded myself, building and doing what I was doing. Now all of a sudden, you need funds to continue to expand. If you don't have any money, you have no other choice but to get little. And that's basically what I did. I called all of my banking relationship, particularly with the real estate. I said, look, we need to reset. Let's figure out how we're going to, reset. And they had no other choice but to reset. You don't want this because you're a bank. You're not a real estate company. So help me help you. And they did. They restructured my deals, and, we made it through it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you took each pathway that you just spoke about, you took a piece of your different expertise to get through. From the finance to the real estate, you made it work.
Yeah. I had a mortgage on the building, and, I called the bank, because at that point, business was horrible. I said, look, you guys can have the building back. But understand what you're getting. If I'm not here, you should pay me for security. Because if I'm not here, all of the copper, all of the rooftop air conditioners, they're going to be gone. People are going to stay. So what you guys want to do?
Right. You're going to work with me, so I can work with you? Right.
So, it made sense. And they said, okay, well, let's, stretch you out a little bit. And that's how I made it through.
And how long was that period of the financial, was it almost like a recession?
That lasted for about 5 years, from 2008 to 2013.
Bush was in the office. Was Bush in the office then?
No, Obama was in office because he came in during the financial crisis, and he did 2 terms. So
you had to clean up that mess. You right? Yeah, because I graduated in 06. Yeah, I was crying. I knew. Oh, wow.
It was a tough time, and but we made it through. By the grace, we made it through. I'm still there. It's been there.
Praise God. Yes.
Almost 20 years. I didn't think I was going to last this long, but
you did. You came out on top. Yes.
Still doing it.
So what's next after, at this present time, you got the program coming up for small businesses, entrepreneurs. Do you have any plans for further growth or expansion since you got some more land where you could potentially develop more?
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to do it.
What's pausing it?
Because I learned that everybody have a dream.
Yeah.
And residential, if I would have stayed in residential real estate, I could be a multimillionaire now. Multi-millionaire. But in the commercial side, people need a place to live. They don't need a place to do business. They don't have to have a place to do business, but you got to have a place to lay your head.
Okay.
So if you're focusing on residential real estate, you'll do much better. Much better. And I've had tenants to move out on me from the strip mall overnight. They're there one day and you come back the next week.
Oh.
And, it's empty.
Let me ask you this, though. As we sitting here talking about it, you ever thought about, how the truckers go to the Oasis and they have somewhere to shower? You ever thought about, doing something that's transportable? Well, you know what I mean?
That was the original goal, because I'm situated in an industrial area where there's a lot of truck traffic. I understand retail. Things that I don't understand, I let other people do.
Okay.
I may support you in it, but I just stay in my lane. Stay in my lane. And I've learned that, and it may be a great idea, but that's not what I do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's not your lane. I understand. So what you gonna do with the rest of that land? You don't know yet.
So right now, I'm using it for parking. A company across the street from me, they pay to park there.
Okay, that's good benefit. Yeah.
So we're generating some revenue, but who knows? I may develop it. I may build something else. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun here.
You don't got to tell all the secrets today.
I tell people all the time, I really don't want to do another business.
Oh.
Because I got enough. I got my hands full. But I'll help you do a business.
Well, that's what was my next question. Who are you mentoring? Do you have any mentees? I know you got the program coming up, but in the interim, did you have any mentors to get you where you are today? And who are you mentoring?
I'm mentoring basically all of my small business clients, because they call me and, I'm accessible. I only lock my doors at night, because I stay late and I lock my doors. But during the day...
How many is it?
How many?
Small business clients.
I got probably about 200 small business clients.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So this event in May is you're trying to attract more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
Well, just help those who've been stagnated since the pandemic, when the SBA just put this influx of money out there, and people got a false sense of arrival. And, they got the money. I have clients. I did over 350 SBA loans application for clients.
Wow. So,
and I didn't plan to. I only planned to do about 5 people.
5 to 3.
But people started telling other people, and then I became the SBA guy.
That's cool, though. I needed to know you then.
Yeah. And
wow.
I started, and
God bless you. Yes.
Yeah. It was a sobering time. I remember in March of 2020, things was kind of shifting, particularly in the restaurant. I'm a numbers guy. I'm always watching
Which
numbers.
is what I wanted to ask you, what got you into numbers from the very beginning?
Very beginning, yes. I count everything. I mean, I'm weird.
Was it your parents? Was it your...
the blades in your blinds here.
That's cool, though.
That's weird.
Was it? Yeah, that kind of is weird. But the whole thing about numbers and being able to keep up is pretty cool. But what I'm trying to get at is, was it your parents? Was it your teachers at an early age? Or was it just God given? Yeah.
I figured out that ABCs only go from A to Z. Mm-hmm. Then it's over with. Then you start over A to Z. Mm. But numbers are infinity. Mm. Numbers move everything in the world.
That's what I want to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So numbers are very intriguing. The difference between $1, you add a zero, is $10. You add 2 zeros, it's $100. And it just keeps growing. Mm. And the power of zero is looked at as being nothing. in a
This is added to something, right?
But you keep adding enough zeros, then it becomes astronomical, and it's infinity.
So you like money and numbers? Is that it?
I understand it. And not only do I like it, I understand it. And that's what I try to teach small businesses. One, to respect money.
Yeah.
You got to have respect for money. You got to not love money, but like it. It's not the love of money, it's the love of what money affords you. Money affords you opportunity. And that's what I try to teach people you can take care of yourself, you can take care of your family. Don't be afraid of money growth. And then you got to understand how to appropriate it. And this seminar that I got coming up, I'm going to go from A to Z, and I'm going to teach people how to retire tax-free. Yes. Yeah, that's a very interesting concept. How do you retire tax-free? Because, with our current system at which most people participate in, you go tax-deferred on your job, where they defer, you don't pay taxes on a certain percent of your money on the front end because they're going to tax you when you pull down your 401k and get the taxes out. But I'm going to show you a way how to navigate that and retire tax-free. And, we're going to talk about things like IULs and index annuities and...
What's the IUL?
Index Universal Life.
Okay, got you.
And that's a very broad and interesting concept. And it'll blow your mind. Really. It'll really blow your mind.
Some jobs I know have deferred comp. That's why, Okay, so you've heard the saying, money doesn't grow on trees. But it sounds like you're going to help people plant the seeds to grow their own money tree. That's what it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what discourages me is when I see people 70 years old and they still have to work. And it's sad because they didn't plan properly. And so they have to go to Walmart to be a greeter, or they're forced. Who wants to work until they die?
Not that.
The system is set up.
And they're raising the retirement age.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
We're going to teach people how to retire, build retirement wealth through your everyday living. And then when you retire, you can have money to live the rest of your life. You live longer and you live better.
That's it, right.
When you have money. So we're going to help you do that.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the seminar that's coming up. It's right after tax season. I'm going to take a couple of weeks to just decompress. Then I'm right back on it.
Yeah, we got to have those periods of rest. So that sounds good. Make sure if you send me the flyer for the event, I can post it with your episode.
I'm going to start putting that together the next 2 or 3 weeks and getting my presenters out. I'm going to have someone in the banking industry, government industry, mortgage industry. Myself is going to be doing the accounting, bookkeeping. I might have somebody, structuring businesses. And of course, I'm going to have someone to talk about business credit along with personal credit.
I know people need help right now too.
Yeah.
Will this be rolled out in like a series of workshops, or is it one day? Or?
No, it's going to be a 1 day, 2 hour workshop. Then it's going to be a breakout for individuals.
Okay.
That's just to bring people together, get them excited, and then we're going to start having one-on-one with individuals.
Like the kickoff before the launch. I love it.
Let's go. Build you up.
You are doing some amazing things for small businesses in the community, and you have been through a different storm, so you can relate to the pitfalls of what happens when you decide to take that leap of faith and go out on faith.
Have money one day and overnight. I had a client that she had a $200,000 line of credit, and I told her, because I'm studying and watching stuff, I say, the market is changing. I said, take at least $50,000 of that money and put it in your checking account from your line of credit. There's a client from Ecuador. She said, I don't want to pay the interest. I said, I'd rather pay interest on something to have access to it than for it to be gone. Sure enough, in a few days, they reduced her $200,000 line to $8,000. And, she was devastated.
That's a huge drop.
Yeah, because the bank wasn't trusting anybody at that point. I mean, overnight, they just pulled back.
Wow.
And even myself, I had access to lines of credit. And then overnight, it was gone.
Wow.
So that's like somebody throwing a pot of cold water in your face.
Any plans you had?
Yeah,
all gone.
it's all gone, and unless you know how to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I reinvented, started doing things differently. Accounting, bookkeeping, everybody need that type of service. So I would move from the mortgage industry back to the finance industry and just built that back up.
Very smart, very strategic. So, where can people follow you, or give that information one more time so that they hear, for those that may have just joined us?
Yes, my company is Harris Financial Services. We've been in business since July of 2006, and we're full service accounting, bookkeeping, tax firm, and just helping small business in an array of areas. Pretty much anything administratively that have to do with business, and a lot of personal administration, we can handle it, and we help you navigate through those turbulent times. 1555 State Street in Chicago Heights, 708-757-1700. Website is harrisfinancial1.com. Again, harrisfinancial1.com.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay Harris, for joining us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Please come again. You got to come again so you can bring our food.
Absolutely.
But no, you are always welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, too.
Thank you.
We're going to kick this off in May, and hopefully, we can service some of your listeners.
Yes, we are all looking forward to it. I got some people I know right now that need your help.
Yeah, a lot of people, they suffer in silence.
Yeah.
A lot of people are embarrassed. They don't want to tell people. But I can slide it up. I handle them with ease. I don't embarrass anybody. We all go through it. Now, since we got all of that out the way, let's figure out how I can help you.
Right. Let's get it back on track.
Right.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Prasanna. And hopefully we can do it again.
We will. We will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to be the progress report that let people know how everything is going.
I love it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Excellent. Until next time, viewers.
Goodbye, everybody. Okay. These are two creations that was created from JavaScript. JavaScript Cafe, 1555 State Street, Unit D, is a full-service catering restaurant. We do soul food. We do barbecue ribs, turkey tips, an array of different food items. During the pandemic, 2006, 2020, when we were shut down, basically the whole world was shut down, particularly the United States. I started tinkering with coming up with something that can basically build up my immune system. And I came up with this fantastic drink and started letting people sample it. And it got to the point where people say, "Wait, make me some. They liked it. And so I started doing this ginger juice. This ginger blend is a immune building ginger juice. We keep the pulp because that's the good part. And ginger is an amazing food. It does a lot for your body. So we have this in the restaurant, and we're looking at other outlets where we can place it in. You may see it in Pete's soon. But yeah, you got to try it. This ginger blend, we call it the earth ginger juice, because everything that we put in here is natural and it comes from the earth. Now, recently I embarked on this particular blend. This is a detox and weight loss formula and it's all natural. It 5 fruits and 5 vegetables blended into a juice, and we juice it, and it detoxes the body. You don't do anything different than you normally do. It's not going to accelerate anything. It's just going to work along with your body natural flow. And I drink it first thing in the morning. This is my first meal. And what it does is it curbs your appetite. And I may drink another cup in the afternoon. And right around 4:30, 5 o'clock, I remember I haven't eaten anything all day. Then I go and eat a regular meal. Then I'm done eating for the day. So with that, you naturally lose weight because you're consuming less food. So that's the formula for the weight loss. But it's a natural detox. Drinking this will flush all the toxin and impurities out of your body. And it helps you to lose weight. Myself, I've lost 20 pounds in the last 6 weeks.
Wow,
so I'm proven success that this works. So it's a good product. It tastes good, and it works. Come get you some. Java Sip Cafe, 1555 State Street, Chicago Heights.
Come and get y'all some natural ingredients.
All natural.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And we shall meet again.
Yes, we shall.